Hi guys, Kagemusha here, and I just wanted to give you a rundown on my 6 Samurai deck. I've been running 6 Sams for a long time, so I think I know what I'm doing when I talk about it. So yeah, this video is just because the starter deck is coming out pretty soon. And, well, people want to know how to use 6 Sam decks. People who never face 6 Sam decks want to know how to use it. So, let's just start off. First, 3 Kagemushas. These guys are amazing. These guys are your tuners. And, well, what this deck is, it's a sinking deck. So, yeah. And it also has a side effect that, when effect, like from a magic card or from a trap card or effect, it's going to affect one of your 6 Sams, you can redirect it to this card. So, yeah. It's pretty good. Now, Kageki. Kageki is one of your special summoners. Like one of the green lady from the Karakuris. This is your man. You summon, then you get him. Instant Shien, which is the main synchro, which I'm going to go over in a second when I go over to my side deck. But yeah, he's 200 attack, 2000 defense, and when there's another 6 Samurai on the field, his attack gains 15. So he's basically a 17 beater, which you can use Ascticism on to get Enishi out. And I'll go over that in a second. Elder. He is the cyber dragon of the deck. You need him to play any 6 Samurai deck. He may look shitty. I mean, he's only 400 attack, 0 attack. But guess what? Same attack as Kagemusha. So with this, you can just search out with Ascticism. And boom. Again, free Shien or Beast. Because he's an Earth. Now, let me go over the main special summoners of the deck. So this is what these guys are what make this deck crazy. These two guys are what make this deck crazy. GrandMaster. 21 beater by itself. Special summons when there's another 6 Samurai on the field. And he's amazing. When he gets destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can get another 6 Sam to your hand. So basically, Dark Hole, get him, special summon again if you have another 6 Samurai on the field. Kizan. Now, let's just, Kizan, what Kizan does. Kizan is 18 and gains 21 when there's 2 or more 6 Samurais on the, and gets to 21 when there's 2 or more 6 Samurais on the field. He also has the same special summon himself when there's another 6 Samurai on the field. So yeah, so you special summon when you have, I don't know, a Kagemusha or anything anything. You just special summon this and you have an 18 beater right next to it. You can either go in, if it's a 4-star, you can either go into double attacker, Utopia, whatever the fuck you want. You can do so many things with Enishi. You can sync with him, get a Barkley on if you sync with Kagemusha. So yeah, you obviously need to play 3. Now, the reason why I only play one Grandmaster is because I think it's overkill. These 4, I think having 4, like 3 Kizans and 1 Grandmaster is enough for one deck. But yeah, so let me put that aside. Then we come to Enishi. Enishi is just one badass motherfucker. I have him in Ultra. And then I have him, I don't know what to call that rarity. But yeah. Enishi is badass. What he does is, he sends cards back. He sends up face-up monsters to your opponent's hand during any person's turn, during either player's turn. So you summon, if you have another 6 Samurai on the field, which I'm guessing is going to be this guy, you can send shit back. By removing 2 6 Samurais from your grave. You know, what's also good is that he becomes stronger than Grandmaster or, what's his name? Grandmaster or Kizan if you have two, god damn it, what are they called? 2 or more 6 Samurais on the field. So yeah, Inishi's pretty badass. I only recommend 2 though, unless you're playing the Enishi build, which is a good build, but it's max C's and all that shit. No one really wants that shit if you're building a nice 6 Sam deck. I mean, if you're building a pretty 6 Sam deck. Shien Squier. Now, don't give me shit about this card. I know what you're thinking. Hey, this is just a 1-star tuner. What the fuck can you do with this? You can do a lot with this card. You discard this card, your monster can't be destroyed by battle. So that's basically what I use them for. But you know what I'm personally thinking of is taking out 1 and adding a spirit, which I think would be most beneficial. And spirit is just a little bit better. But yeah, this guy's a tuner, a 1-star tuner, so you can go into Shien easily by any of these dudes. So yeah, it's kind of convenient at sometimes. Sometimes he's a dead draw. That's why I'm going to change him to a spirit. But yeah. Now for my favorite card. Now for one of my favorite cards, the Poppers. These guys are amazing. They are what make the deck what they are. These guys you summon. If you had a Kageki or something, you special summoned him extra. He can pop himself. By tributing himself, you can pop a monster your opponent controls. Now, why there are 2 Poppers for the 6 amps? I don't know. This one works with another guy. I forgot his name. But he's not important. He isn't even that good. So what this guy does is you have to tribute another face-up 6 samurai. But you can tribute Hand himself. Or herself. It's a girl if you can see. You can tribute Hand herself. Focus. Okay, you can tribute Hand by herself. Sorry guys. But yeah, you can tribute Hand by herself. And she automatically pops monster. Or an opponent's monster if you have another 6 amp on the field. So these guys are pretty cool. Again, I only recommend running one of him. Oh, by the way, this guy pops back rows. Hand only pops monsters. I only recommend running one of him because I think 2 is just too much. I mean, Hand can pop multiple times during one turn. He can only pop once. So yeah, you think about it, but I've been thinking about it for a while. If you think it's better to play 2 Mizuhos, then go for it. But I recommend only 1 and 2 hands. Now, these are your counter cards. These are the cards that have to be in a 6 samurai deck. Now, I was experimenting with 3 dojos. This is a dojo, by the way. I was experimenting with 3 dojos. Was not good. So let me explain to you how these cards work. How they work is every time you summon a 6 samurai, either flip summon, special summon, whatever you want to, whatever, it doesn't matter, they get a counter. He gets 2, Gateway gets 2, and Shien's Dojo gets 1 for each time. Now, Gateway is your trump card. I'm going to add an annotation. You are going to go look at this card. This card is fucking amazing. It's what makes a deck. And this card, it helps a lot since they eliminated Gateway. But if Gateway ever goes to 2 or to 3, 6 am decks are going to be automatically tier 1. I'm not even joking. I love these guys. Now, obviously, 2 Shien Smoke Signals. Get a level 3 or lower 6 samurai from your deck to your hand. That's either for getting Kageki or Elder or anything you need to special summon those 2 monsters on the field. Or sometimes even Hand. I remember I've done Hand. Obviously, Staples. Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole. You need these cards to play any deck most of the time. Okay. 6 am United. This is your draw power. This is what... Amazingly, even though with all your searching power, this is the card that makes you draw like crazy. Each time you special summon a 6 samurai, you get a counter on it. So yeah, you maximum 2. You can send this card to the graveyard to draw 1 card per counter it had. So you can just go crazy with these. Yeah. By the way, this is before the 6 am deck structure deck 6 am structure deck came out. So that's why the cards look kind of nice. No, but yeah. So these cost money. These cost me money. So yeah, but I'm making this so that you guys know what to do once the 6 am deck is out. Ascticism of the 6 samurai. This card is just fucking crazy. This card lets you fucking... I don't even know. Cyber Dragon with Elder. So you just summon Elder when your opponent has no monsters on the field. You activate. And it lets you search for a 6 samurai with the same attack and different name. So, in my deck, or in this build, you got multiple options. You got these 2. You got Hand and Mizuho. You also got Kageki and a Kageki and Enishi, and you got the main purpose, which is these 2, Elder and Kagemusha, to go into that Beast or Shien whenever you need to. But yeah, so you got options with this card. I play 2. 2 works for me. 2 is fast. 2 is good. It's never dead in my hand. It's always going to be used at one point. So yeah. Obviously, Reinforcement of the Army. It's staple in any warrior deck. I need to get a hollow one pretty soon because this looks disgusting. Double-edged sword technique. when you're playing with the counter system, when you're playing with the counter cards, this card is trump for sinking and for anything. For getting those extra, for getting that extra 2 counters on, Gateway, or 1 counter on Dojo. By the way, and I'm only saying because this card revives 2 6 samurais, and they get destroyed at the end of the turn, and you take the damage from the attack. But you normally never take the damage from the attack, because you normally Ixie or go and sink, or you avoid getting damage from their attack. But yeah, this card is amazing. I got it hollow. My friends gave it to me. Yeah, it looks nice. But yeah, you just gotta be careful though. Careful, because they can Solemn this shit. They can go crazy with this shit. This is a really card. This is an amazing card. But yeah. So yeah, now for one of the deck's main saving powers is Musukani Magatama. This is an amazing card. It negates anything that destroys if you have another 6 samurai on the field, and it's a counter, so it can even negate the Solemns, which makes it amazing. And talking about Solemns, here we go. Yeah, I'm only playing 1 Solemn Warning, because, in my opinion, that's all you should play. It works, it's good enough, you don't need to. Don't save those extra $5. 1 is good enough. Your monsters are strong enough to basically run over anything, and if you really need to kill that monster that bad, normally they have a destruction effect, or you can just pop it with hand. I mean, you really don't need to. But yeah. Then comes the Mirror Force. It works, because there's this moment where sometimes they just stop your Kageki, and you're like, what? You have to set that, and then, boom, kill your shit, and I still have my Kageki, my 3-star. Now, as I said, I'm going to show you my extra deck, and this is how we started. We start with the king of the deck, which was limited to 1, Shien. What legendary 6 samurai Shien lets you do is negate 1 magic for trap per turn. Be careful, because he can't negate counters. I only think a counter can negate a counter. But yeah, he has 25 attack and 14 defense, and he has a 5-star synchro. He requires 1 warrior type tuner, and then one or more non-warrior type tuner monsters. So essentially, Kageki or a Kagemusha, an Elder or a Kagemusha, or even a Kizan or a Kizan or a Enishi with Monkey, or with Shien Squier. I better say Shien Squier. So yeah, key card. There's no such thing as a 6 samurai deck without this. You need this card. So yeah. This card. I'm going through levels first. This card, Sacred Warrior. My friends had it. I just took it away from them. It protects warriors. If Beast was ever solved and you can't get it back, Sacred Warrior is always a good 5-star to go in. If I would, I'd change it for a caster though. Need to get my hands on one of those. But yeah, so 21 attack, 1,000 defense. Your opponent cannot target a face-up warrior monster for attacks except for this one. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. So yeah, it's good. it saves Shien. Sometimes saves Shiens, but I want to go for Catastor, and that's partially, if I take this guy out, I definitely have to get a spirit. So yeah. But yeah, no, he works out. But yeah, there's Yugimoto. Now, the Natsu is, these two go in any Earth Synchro deck. Keep in mind, you have to be Earth, so it's either, for this guy, it's either fucking Kagemusha or Elder, or Kizan and Elder, and that's basically it. That's the only way you can synchro for it. And this guy is basically it's Kagemusha and Kizan, or, you know. But this guy, what he does is negates traps by removing 2 cards, and this guy negates magics by by milling the top 2 cards of your deck. So yeah, pretty crazy. You just gotta. If I've summoned both of these on one turn. It's possible, guys. If you get Gateway, you can just flood the field with your Kizans and Grandmasters and just sink an Ixie away. So it is possible. It's nice. People scooped on me. I got a Bionic. There's sometimes that that Barkleon can't help me, and I really need to just get shit off the field temporarily. Zen Mains takes care of that. Takes care of a lot of things. Takes care. Yeah, he's beautiful. Okiora's, he's okay. He does piercing and gets plus 400. I don't really need him. He's just filling in. It was either him or Iron Chain, and he just looks nice, so I went with him. Yeah, what's his name? Black Rose. You kind of do need that blow up feature at any point. Like you just need to be able to just blow up the field, because there's this point where your 6 Sam deck, they lose a little bit of speed. So you just need to blow shit up and just hope that you top deck something good. So he's just a last resort, but he's still pretty good. Colossal Fighter, in my opinion, should be a staple in this deck. Gets plus 100 for every warrior, and this card basically can't be destroyed by battle, or essentially can be destroyed by battle, but it'll just come right back. That's the beauty of Colossal. Ooh, shiny. But yeah. So yeah, Ally of Justice, what's his name? Field Marshal. Ally of Justice Field Marshal. 29 attack, 26 defense. When it attacks a face down defense position monster and destroys it by battle, you draw a card. Yeah, it's okay. Just a 9-star. If you ever get that opportunity to a 9-star. So yeah, he's just a nigger beater basically. Don't know what else to say. But yeah. So, Ally of Justice, fucking Decisive Armor. Sometimes you need this guy, especially when you're facing one of those fucking Chaos Dragon decks that get they get that Light Pulsar out and all that shit, all that light shit in their hand. Gets rid of the Honest in their hand and all that shit. And plus he has 3,000, so he gets over Red Eye. 3,300, so he gets over Red Eyes. He gets over fucking BLS. He gets over a shitload of stuff. Okay, this guy, in my opinion, should also be a fucking staple, because he's a free defense position Kizan. I've gotten Barkleon and Bionic and fucking Ulquioras off of him so easily, and it's just 2 3-stars. This deck is full of 3-stars, so it works. It just works. Leviathan. Now, Leviathan, as I said, it's full of 3-stars. My Leviathan looks pretty. But yeah, as I said, this deck is really full of 3-stars, so yeah, you might want to take advantage of that. And Blade Armor Ninja. Attacks twice, 2 4-stars. When you're flooding the field with Kizans, you are going to go into Blade Armor Ninja. He's a $10 card. He's like a $15 card now that the fucking Elemental Heroes are using this guy. But yeah, it's worth it. It's necessary when you flood the field with fucking gateways. So proxy this shit when you get the deck and just fucking enjoy it. Number 39, Utopia. If you ever flood the field and you're afraid and you just need protection, Utopia's stalling card to go with. And Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja. There's only 2 5-stars in this deck. Shien and fucking GrandMaster. But you'd be surprised how easy it is to get them both on the field. I've done it before. It's really, really easy. And this guy, he's a ninja. So if you want him to attack twice instead of Blade Armor Ninja, then there you go. That's it. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed my fucking my 6am deck list and you got some ideas from it. Please tell me if you see anything that should be changed or that you just see that's plain wrong. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.